What's going on, you guys? This is Urban Armed, part 3 of my reloading series, and it's a little loud. So I actually kind of got carried away, and I charged 3 cases before I realized, hey, I need to start videoing this and turn the camera on. Yeah, I am drinking Bud Select tonight. Probably shouldn't drink and reload, but probably shouldn't do a lot of other things too. So we are at the stage now where we have deprimed and reprimed our cases, which we saw in the part 2 episode. So here you can see how I kind of do them in a batch. Those are all sized and primed, ready to go. I'm guessing there's probably about 300-ish cases in there. Remember, we're going to be doing 115 grain full metal jacket. Now, this is the stage where you're going to want to check your reloading manual for the type of powder that you're using, which for this series we're using the Hodgdon HP38. And though I've actually calibrated this a little bit, or tested this up and down a little bit, I do stick with pretty much a 5.1 grain charge. Not all powder comes with reloading data on it, but this does coincide with what's in my Lyman reloading manual. I've also confirmed online. For just plinking ammo, 115 grain, 9mm Luger, we're doing a 5.1 grain charge. So, as you can see over here, I've already got a few going, and I'm going to do 50. I do batches of 50 because that's what I have for my trays, and I always move left to right, left to right. I'll go through and load up 50 and then put them in a box, label them with the date, timestamp. I guess that is the date. What kind of powder I used and how much the charge was and the bullet weight. So, where to begin? Let's go ahead and get this set up so we can kind of see what we need to do. So what we want to make sure is that I've already got a lot of this stuff pre-done because I load so much. My powder measure has a micrometer on the side over here, this guy. So the more you let it out, the more powder it will throw in the charge. The more you turn it clockwise, tightening it would reduce the charge that you throw when you turn the handle. So in order to make sure, I do have a regular analog scale, but it sucks. I mean, it's not really sucks, but came with the Lee Challenger kit, and I just need to order a better one. And in the meantime, so I use it as a backup. So it's good to know how to manually weigh it. But in the meantime, I basically am using my MTM case weigh station. It's a freaking scale. You can see that it's it does weigh in grains. See the GRN or GN rather. So you can change the mode to grams and I think ounces. But we're weighing in grains, so that works out pretty well. So obviously what you want to do is you want to take your case, okay? And we're going to go ahead and put it in the press. So in the press we have the what's called the powder through expanding die. This is called the expanding die. This gives it that bell curve at the top, which allows us to put the powder in and then also set the bullet in on top. So I'm using my bushing, so I've already got this preset, but basically we would, if you only have one bushing, you would just screw this into the top, you'd raise the ram all the way up, okay, then you would screw this in until the bottom of this touches the top of the ram, and then you would back off about 1/8 of an inch or 1/8 of a turn. I've already got these preset, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of rock and roll. But so what we're going to do is we're going to take our case and we're going to set it in the shell holder here, and we're just going to take it all the way up. And I'll take it out so you can kind of see close up a little bit what it looks like now. Might be kind of hard to see it. Basically it's just flat. All it's been is sized. So it's pretty flat. You would not be able to stick a bullet in there very easily. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. Go all the way up. Come all the way down. And you'll feel a little tug on there. And now you should be able to see a slight bell curve at the top. and expanded the top of the case. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put it on our scale. I'm trying to put this in camera view here. So I'm going to set it on there and wait for it to level out. Then I'm going to hit the tare button so it zeroes out the scale. And I take this guy and I'm going to come over here to my powder measure. I think I'm zoomed in a little bit. No, let me back up a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to throw one charge. Okay. I'm going to go over here and put it on the scale. Now I don't weigh every single round. I've gotten pretty good and consistent. I weigh probably like every fifth one or so, because this thing's dialed in pretty good. I've got my system down pretty well. And this is weighing at 5.2 grains. And from our reloading data, we're shooting for 5.1, the top here. As you can see, it's actually kind of leveled out to 5.1. So that's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and take that.